ever encountered someone who said, you cannot legislate morality? The fact of the matter is, it's actually the opposite of that, because every law that is made is a legislation of morality. When people deny that you can legislate morality, they are usually confusing two different things under the same title. It is true you cannot change someone's heart by a piece of legislation. And it is true you cannot force faith in Jesus Christ by legislation. Yet, the truth of the matter is that every piece of legislation expresses something is right and something else is wrong. One thing is just, something else is unjust. Something is good and something else is evil. In essence, it is an expression of the values of the legislator, saying that this is good and that is evil. I'm always amazed at how many people do not see through the ruse that this statement puts forward, that you can't legislate morality. I was speaking with a candidate for state delegate here in Maryland in my district by the name of Green. Perhaps you've seen his signs. And about a week and a half ago, the conversation, I asked him his position on abortion. And he refused to answer the questions, the specific questions I asked him. When did he believe human life began? And when did he believe it was morally justified to take that human life, for example, as the baby is being born, as is done in partial birth abortion? Is that legitimate? Is that lawful? Is that right? He refused to answer any of those questions that would pin down his exact position on the issue of abortion. All the while, he refused to answer. He was denigrating my position and my stance, and he said this to me: how dare you impose your morality on other people? By the way, this fellow most recently, was a pastor of a mega church in Annapolis. No longer there, but how interesting. He was offended by me simply asking him questions about his position on this very important issue. Offended. And yet he's the one running for office. He's the one, if he wins his race and is elected, will be voting on legislation, and therefore, in truth, he will be imposing his morality, or I should say, his immorality on the entire state of Maryland. Why is it that this man could not see the hypocrisy of his own position, blaming me for imposing my morality when, in fact, I'm not running for office, he's running for office, which if he wins, he will be imposing his upon the rest of the state of Maryland. Why could he not see it? I believe it is because of the successful de-Christianization of America. Yes, we were founded as a Christian nation. Yes, the majority of those who built this nation built it upon Christian biblical principles, but we have progressively become a de-Christianized society. We are told that only Christian truth, Christian morality cannot influence and shape legislation in our land. All the while, it's perfectly legitimate for atheists and immoral belief systems to impose their injustice and immorality upon the rest of us, because everyone is operating out of some belief system.